Hello, Yeti Nation.
Yeti Nation. What's up, Yeti Nation? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good. How's things over in the Necker neck of the woods? You got everything all painted up over there?
It's I got one more outlet that I got to get put in. Me and my neighbor, we were farting around with Christmas tree, not Christmas trees, but a pine tree. Instead of doing the electrical, we went with pine trees, forestry. We went forestry, and we had some fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a slow process. We'll get her done. Put it on the list. It's on the list. A lot of things are off the list now. That's a good thing.
It's all we can do, baby steps, right?
Baby steps.
So
One
we've
step at a time. Sweet Jesus.
absolutely we've got behind us the rest of the Yeti schedule, but besides this, we have the battle on the barge coming up June 3rd.
Battle on the barge. It's right around the corner. Take a look at the calendar. A month away. Less than a month away. It's a it's June 3rd and 4th. Here at the Nexus Center in Utica, downtown, beautiful downtown Utica. The city's doing a great job sprucing the place up, and it's revitalizing. And the Nexus Center and the Utica Odd have done a great job helping to do such a thing. And we're pretty pumped up to be hosting. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't got confirmation yet, but I believe we may be the first game of the season.
I
I'm, I'm,
I
I'm
would
thinking.
I would imagine you're close to it.
I think so. I think so. I think a lot of eyes are going to be on the Nexus Center with the national champions, Westminster Wild, coming to town, and Collar City Kings coming to town, Oswego Riverhawks coming to town. Very excited about that. I can't say enough. Trying to get a little kids tournament going as well in one of the other rinks. I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on the battle in the barge and getting the Yeti ready with coach, and things are going great. So a lot of big announcements for everything that's going on there. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I pulled up.
Times are in hand. I think I do. Beecher, I think we do need to make a change on
Uh-oh.
the one on yours, possibly 4 to 5, or I can call them in or the 5 to 6. I got it at 3 and 5.
3
So
and
I
5
figure,
instead of 4 and
yep,
6.
3 to 5 because we have nothing to fill right now. So we may put a youth team in there for about 45 minutes, let them run around an hour so that all teams get a good rest before they get ready to rock and roll. But from there, we will look at that bang features on it.
Problem
Love to
solved.
see that. Amen. Yeah, but as far as this way, the final teams, they'll get an opportunity to get out and enjoy the Utica area after the game versus it being late at night, and people want to get some sleep or get have a little nightlife before they go to bed. So, well, the first game will be at 10 a.m. And those two teams that will be facing off will be the Collar City Kings against the Utica Yeti. That's the 10 a.m. game. Then at 12 noon, the high noon game is going to be the uh, Westminster Wild against the Oswego Riverhawks. And then we'll have a little bit of a break, hour and a half break. Got some special things that I'd like to do. Maybe get a little call of colors and get everybody out there, get some pictures taken before we get going the second round. And from there, we'll see. You know, we do have a youth program. I am still looking to see if there's interest in getting our masters mall walkers out there.
Get the mall
And
walkers out.
yeah, exactly. Last year we did it. There could be some interest again this year. Maybe we do. As far as we have a space to fill, and if we have some interest out there with the Masters guys, let's get it going. I'm I'm open to ideas. Like I said, we have an open time slot, so we'll go from there. We are still working on getting a women's program in here too. So there's a couple options. We're weighing them out, and time's going to do a lot of time there, a lot of study. And then the second half of the evening at 3 o'clock, we're going to be putting the Collar City Kings and the Oswego Riverhawks together. And then for the evening cap, we will have the Westminster Wild against the home Utica Yeti. And that'll cap off the night's festivities. And then Sunday morning, we get going again at 10 a.m. We're going to light the place on fire and get the Westminster Wild there against the Collar City Kings to kick it off. And then Utica Yeti and the Riverhawks will play in the 12 noon game.
Yeah, absolutely. And anybody who watched any of your games last year knows that that Riverhawks team has improved greatly. You probably, I mean, you know it almost probably better than anybody with the way that that final game against them kind of played out.
It was definitely an awesome. It was nice to see them grow and get some quality players. And time spent definitely paid off for them. In regards to players learning how to play the game, and it makes a huge difference. You get some practices in you and some game experience, and all of a sudden, goalie's making some saves, and holy shit, we just lost.
Yeah,
It happens.
it, it can turn
That's why
around
that's why you
fast.
play the game. That's why you play the game. That's why I love watching the game and being a part of the game.
Yeah, that and Collar City, they didn't have a lot of their guys. I'll be interested to see how many other college guys they get out there, because to watch them, that's a pretty young team going against and that Westminster team, they just continue to get better. We saw them down in Philly. I don't know how many of the guys were there that are going to make the trip, but wow, that Westminster team is good. They're fast. They a lot of like talent with the ball that zips right around. They're not wasting a lot of time. It's going to be a tough game for anybody that's playing them. I know anybody who's watched them before knows. And like I said, we know Collar City's got a bunch of guys that played in the PBLA too. So I mean, it's going to be an interesting
There's
matchup.
a
We'll
lot of talent going around. There's a lot of talent going around. Not just the entire NABLL, but I know Upstate is. You're able to start looking at rosters of who's got who, and people are starting to fill in their rosters, and it's exciting to see the talent that's coming out and playing. I'm excited. There's a lot of talent being spread, and each team, the parity in the league, I think, is going to be huge. Who can gel the best at the end you know
when
when
it
it matters,
matters, and that's
when it
what you're
matters.
seeing with Colorado doing again now in the NLL. So Colorado had a very rough start to the season. Everybody was talking about, oh my goodness, what happened to him? Dylan Ward's no good. Zed Williams is garbage. The whole team's falling apart. And now they have done exactly what they did last year with a slow start, and they come out and then they beat San Diego in an absolute heartbreaker of a game for San Diego. They almost came back. They just got down too early. The offense couldn't get fired up in that first quarter. But wow, Colorado, you want to talk about why you play the game? Everybody looked at that San Diego, and all everybody could do was talk about that offense and how unstoppable they were. But now when you see, the way it shook out is they're sitting home and Colorado's onto it.
Colorado's in to win, I tell you, the game that I watched, score wise, was utterly shocking. But the Bandits game against the Nighthawks, and it was like, or against the Hawks, whatever they're called. As far as wow, did Buffalo came to play? Bandit Land was in no disappointment. That's for sure.
No, Bandit Land was absolutely rocking, and I'm gonna pull up the stats here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it with your eyes, but I'll try to make it a little
Well,
bigger
yeah, but
for you
look at
there.
this. I got these here readers. Look at that. I can read. It says
Good to
team
go.
stat.
But yeah, so when you look at that too, is you see that, Buffalo came out on fire.
Yeah,
They got off
right
to
off
a
the bat.
3-goal lead, and they shut Rochester's offense down, and that is so and they never won a quarter. When you look at it, Rochester never did. And Rochester, I said this at the beginning of the year when they were winning. I was like, it's not about, peaking this early. And they had a lot of guys that played together in the summer, so they hit the season like on fire. They were ready to roll. And
They were.
they weren't able to maintain it. I mean, And when you look at it, Holden Cantoni was the leading goal scorer for Rochester,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and points. He had
Fields was no longer, they had his number all day. Every second he was on the field, they had his number.
Yeah, but when you look at Buffalo, I mean Josh Byrne, once he was back, you knew it was on for them because he was on fire at the beginning of the year. He got hurt. He definitely appears to be coming back, in full swing. But when you look at Dane Smith, that is really like the heart and soul of that
You
team.
get, you get 10 points. 10 points is pretty freaking crazy for a stat line. There's no question.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And you see here though, like what happens is every time, so Rochester started to come back and they tied the game up. Connor Fields stepped up like he was going to do it, and then Cloutier, boom, and then who?
Boom.
Dane Smith, Nanatoke from Dane Smith. It was like he just lit a
Well,
fire up, and
Namathuk stepped up too. I mean, that's a legit team. Buffalo is no joke. Goalie included. He was saving everything. Everything that was thrown at him, he was making saves left and right. It was a good game.
yeah,
Hartley, right, is the Hawks guy. Is
Hartley's
that his
the
name?
yeah, he's the
Yeah,
Hawks goalie, and
he
he's
got yanked. He got yanked at the end. It sucked to be him. He was dude. It didn't matter. No matter what Buffalo could throw the ball all the way up. One of those Michael Jordan up in the stands throws the basketball through, and Larry Bird comes through. That's how it was for Buffalo. They were throwing. It was kind of like our first game against Oswego last year. No matter what we threw, it went in our first game, and that's how it was against the Hawks and with the Bandits. Everything they had was going in the goal.
yeah, and that's you look at Connor Fields and he's 1 for 15. Ouch. Matty Vince definitely had him figured out, and granted, the defense should get a lot of credit for that though, because when you're getting pressure on a guy, it's like Coach Tony says, pressure is everything. It turns you into diamonds or it turns you into graphite. It's all in how you react to pressure, and it appears like Matty Vince reacted very well to the pressure as he had a Matty Vince style night. And when you look at Hartley, he had 34 saves and gave up 15 goals. Buffalo had a lot of good shots. The defense of Rochester, I don't think, would be very happy with the way they played, but
Yeah.
it's hard because their offense, Buffalo's offense, is just so good, and you see Priolo just stepping up when he's needed, and you see the rest of these guys. Yeah, Buffalo, but is Buffalo peaking too early? So Buffalo is a very emotional team, and they did it. They rallied after Albany beat them, and they were on a rip, and then they kind of had a little skid, and then it kind of figured it out. So are they emotionally gonna peak too early?
I think they're looking darn good, man.
They are.
They're looking, as far as you look at the tennis. What would Smith have?
Seven
Uh,
assists, yeah, 10
7
points
assists.
total. But
I mean,
but I love that eight shots, 3 goals. That's almost 50%.
huh?
That's insane.
Yeah.
Josh
I
Byrne,
mean,
he's 1 for 3. Yeah,
spreading the ball around to everybody. I mean, it didn't matter. There was guys that just came back. Yeah, Burns. What he have?
Burns shooting 33%.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah. He
you know,
shot
it,
12 shots, 4 goals. When you're getting that kind of production out of him, 33% shooting, that's impressive. You're gonna win games when you're leading. Yeah, it's crazy. McCauley got up the floor. He got quite a few shots, but that's the danger with a lot of that transition. But as long as you can get the rebounds, and when you're playing against a goalie that moves dramatically. It's like when you play, Crosby has a similar style to Hartley, where they're very fast,
yes,
reactionary. They're patient. They wait for you to make the move. It's good, but when they make that extra pass, if the defense isn't there to stop that extra pass, then it doesn't work so good because if they have all kinds of time, you know how it is. You're going to beat the goalie if you can go from one to the other edge because he could get over there and make the first save, but is he going to be able to make the second save if you can pass it around him? Because he had to come over at that angle, it's going to throw things different. I mean, that's Matty Vince is like a cheat code. It really, seems like. But
I I don't know. My money's on Buffalo,
yeah,
like last year.
yeah,
Like last year, I just got into it last year, and even though I'm from Buffalo, I never got into it, and I wish I could stay awake because I'd be able to watch more. Looking at more of it. I just those second games, I fall asleep and it's good night. Oh,
Yeah,
look, the game's over.
yeah, that's basically how it goes. And when you watch the Toronto game, very similar to what happened with Buffalo, except for Halifax won the second quarter. But I mean, Toronto came out 3 goals to Halifax's one, and it just when they win all the time, I don't know. Halifax is good, but you never know quite what you're getting out of Warren Hill and the offense.
Yeah, Jammer ain't what Jammer used to be, man. He was at one point, give it to the Jammer going through Jammer, and when the triple comes, he dumps it and they score type of thing. But the many steps in between now and there, then and now are they've definitely taken their toll.
Yeah, but I mean, this is what I'm talking about. So when you look at the first quarter too, Graham Hossack scored the only goal for Halifax. Graham Hossack is a great defender and he's a great transition guy and he's going to get up there a few times for some goals. But I mean, Halifax's offense, the Thunderbirds need to score. They just were not able to. I mean, you see them; they come alive in the second quarter and they actually tie the game up. But then they come back out again, and then Randy Stott scores one on the power play, but they get no regular man goals, the no even strength goals, and you can't expect to win in the playoffs if you can't, the,
Uh,
they're
I don't want to take the focus off the game and everything, but I've been going through the internet, and obviously, sometimes it's said that fighting's a part of the game, but there's been a couple rumbles that have been like, wow, that's Stats and Thompson. Wow, those are buddies. Those are brothers. Those are like Goombas, buddies. Well, they used to be, and I'm sure they still are. But obviously, somebody pissed somebody off, and they let them have it.
yeah. I mean, you're out there, you're playing for pride, yeah, and you see
I mean,
that,
that was a great tussle. Then there was another one with Toronto. The Toronto was that the Buffalo Toronto game? No, no, that was the Halifax. Well, no,
yeah,
Toronto's out right now, aren't they
yeah.
sitting?
No, Toronto's playing and Halifax lost. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well, there was a fight in that one too that I had seen, and there was like, wow,
yeah,
good stuff.
yeah,
They've settled it, and I know there's a lot of guys that don't like to see the fight, and it's but you got wronged, and you wonder what they settle it on the field, and usually they high five each other as they go out, knuckles or
yeah.
something.
No, but I don't know. When you look at the way that Toronto's offense, our defense played really to limit Halifax to 30 shots. Nick Rose, he's got that all
Yeah,
day. And even with 11 goals, I mean, so Halifax had that's pretty decent, but it's just they did not get the production out of their offense. And I think that really was just Toronto's defense. And then their transition, uh,
how old's
yeah,
Bell? How old is Bell?
Tyson Bell, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I bet you he's got to be rolling
He's no spring
30.
chicken. He's close to
No, I mean you're looking at there's probably not to say it, and there's a changing of the guard coming. There's some old dogs, and they're still awesome. And I love them to bark on my bench as far as that goes, no question about that. But there's some old dogs that are not quite what they used to be anymore.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, and that's kind of how they had a very old team mixed with a few young guys, and the young guys weren't able to step up. But I mean, Toronto, kudos to them. Latrell Harris, one of my favorite players to watch, plays D, but gets up the floors, he got a goal, good for him. Stephen Keogh, I say it time and time again, he is super underrated. He is a grinder. He just gets after it. He's by far one of my favorite players in the league. Mitch just knew with his 10, loose ball pickups. I don't know. But I don't know if their offense, or I'm sorry, if their defense is going to be able to do that against Buffalo's offense. I think Buffalo's too potent. I think you're right. I see Buffalo beating Toronto.
Again, what a rivalry.
Yeah.
That's a great rivalry. I mean, the what is it? I don't even know what the name of the place. We'll just call it Bandit Land. And as far as Saberland or whatever it's called. But
Bandit Land's fine, you know. Everybody knows what you're
yeah.
talking about when you say Bandit Land.
Anyhow, that's going to be sold out. It was a packed house the other night.
It's
Packed.
amazing. I love going there. If you've never been there, if you're a box lacrosse fan, you got to get out to a Buffalo Bandits game. We went and watched the play-in one last year for Albany, and
Yeah.
it's amazing. It really is.
I got to get out there because as far as I had the honor to listen to Mike several times now, and I love listening to Mike Felvo. And I got to get out to Bandit Land just to hear more because I do for our games. I want to get fans into it. That's what it's all. It's entertainment. These guys are out there busting their tails, and people see it. You gotta get excited for that stuff. Get the cheering going. Get the towels out. I'm excited. The box of towels for the Yeti came in today, so we got some printing that's got to get done. And as far as there's going to be lots of towels this year. Oh, buddy, we
Towels
got towels,
everywhere.
towels,
We got
towels.
we got towels. There we go.
We got towels.
But yeah, the Calgary game, I was hopefully going to get a chance to chat with Owen. We're going to try to catch up tomorrow during the day. But yeah, they actually at the beginning it did not look like they were going to be able to shut Panther City down, and then it just they took over. And I don't know, Calgary, their transition game I think is a huge part of their offense, and they're such a team win style. I mean, you look at the leading goal scorer. You know, Tyler Pace, he had 4 goals, but they don't have anybody out there getting crazy goals. It's very team oriented. And I don't know. I think Panther City for their second year, wow, did they look good. They got a lot to look forward to next year.
Well, you got a nice area. Texas isn't a bad place, right?
No, it's got to be beautiful to play down there. I would love it.
Gotta believe. You see the size of them football. Same thing with going west with lacrosse. Westminster. They're obviously Maryland, but I'm thinking out towards Minnesota concept, and you get some of these Nebraska and some of these guys that play football all of a sudden decide to start playing lacrosse and box lacrosse at that. Good golly, the coming through the crease, you got a 6'5" offensive lineman standing there just setting a pick on you.
Just, yeah,
Get
no, thank
around me.
you.
Get around me.
Yeah. No, thank you. But you
Yeah,
see, yeah, I got the stats pulled up because I got to talk about these guys. But their defense is really good. They ended up being able to, shut down Panther City, which had a pretty good offense. Kudos to them. Will Malcolm, what a year for a rookie. He is really kind of taken over, and it's yeah, that Will Malcolm has been phenomenal for them so far this year. But I don't know. I think the defense, the transition is I could it's going to be a very interesting series with them going forward against Colorado because usually they don't have, you know, Tyler Pace will go off. Jesse King had a hat trick, but other than those two guys scoring that every night, they usually have a very team-oriented goal. It'll be interesting to see how they do against Colorado and what those games end up looking like.
yeah. As far as 4-4, you can't beat a 4-4 going home with 8 points on 13 shots. That's not bad.
No,
Tyler Pace.
yeah,
As far as who's going to show up, that's the biggest thing. Who shows up? Who's ready to play?
yeah.
That's
No, that is, but like you said, that's the thing with Tyler Pace and Jesse King. You see, Jesse shot less than 11 and he scored 3, so he's over 25%. And Tyler Pace was well over
it's
25% with his 4 for 13. They're a very efficient team. They work the ball around good, but they do get a lot of transition. And what it comes down to a lot for them is if they can control that rebound on transition, or if they don't give their defense a chance to take a break, and then you can see them kind of get exhausted. And that is a huge part of that Calgary team is if they can either control the rebound or they get down there and then wait to set up. But they don't like doing that because Del Bianco out of that crease, he's usually good for a few assists a game.
he comes up cannons blazing as far as throwing that deep ball. Yeah,
Yeah,
I did watch a little of the game before I fell asleep, and nonstop. He's throwing the ball, coming up slinging.
yeah, he's a lot like watching that Edmund Cathers that plays for Onondaga. He
Yeah,
he is fast with that stick. He plays with a Woody, but it's like shorter than most of them, and he can whip that thing around fast, and he is lightning all the way down. I mean, you're talking 200 feet, just stick to stick, boom.
Stick to stick. And that was a great game. Watched that game this past weekend, and wow, 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 wow.
Yeah,
Didn't see that one coming, did I?
I did not. I thought for sure. I just from watching that, I thought for sure. I was like, okay, so Onondaga's set up to be like the team that's going to run
The
this
dogs, the big
Can-Am, I'm
dogs.
thinking, because that's my experience with it. And I'd only seen that, and they were on fire. They were playing great, and then all of a sudden, Tonawanda came in, and they got a. Oh my goodness, that I don't. It must be Abrams just automatically makes you a phenomenal lacrosse player. It's a little tough to call the game because you had McCoy Abrams who plays for Onondaga, and then we had
Yeah.
Gates, Whalen, and Goa who all play for the Braves, and like you'd be like, "Oh, shot by Abrams, save Abrams!" And it was just, yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, that was a great game. Great game listening to you and Bobby talk. And action was nonstop. It's good to watch. It's great to watch, is what it is.
Yeah,
It's great stuff.
I love that Can-Am League. We might be getting a new camera here for BSP pretty soon. Fingers crossed. I think we've got it
Fingers crossed. Awesome,
set
awesome.
set up. Now all the replays, whenever we're running the games, they will no longer have that annoying little audio loop.
Warrior, warrior,
Yeah,
warrior.
you where you'll hear
Oh,
both of it. It'll just be just that. So we're slowly upgrading, and yeah, I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of big things coming in Utica. We gotta step up our game if we want to be a part of it. I figured so.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, that Can-Am League. Let's talk a little bit about that. That is crazy, and right now it is up for grabs. I mean, there's nobody really pulling away. So, and then when you watch, I believe it was Allegheny. I'm gonna look it up. I made myself a little Can-Am record stat sheet. Got it saved on a Google Drive because it's hard to keep up with. Because yeah, so Tonawanda, or Allegheny, I think beat the Braves 30. No, it was the Newtown Golden Eagles. That's right. So Newtown, the team that Al Snow plays for, they
Yeah.
beat them like 30-9 or something like that. So I've got goals for, goals against, and all that. Here, I'll pop it up on the screen. But yeah, this is my Can-Am record. So right now, Onondaga, I've got them sitting at one with 2 wins and 1 loss, 35 goals for, 29 goals against. So they're sitting pretty good there. But yeah, Newtown had a super inflated game. I don't know if Goa Abrams played in that game and had a bad night or whoever played, but 30 goals. I'm guessing the goalie did not have a great night. And oh my goodness. So you've got the whole Snow family out there. You've got Al, and then you've got, I think it's
Those are his cousins.
yeah,
They that
Har-
played with us up in Rochester.
Heron and Nikki Snow, and
Yeah,
they are both phenomenal players. So, yeah,
yeah.
it's not surprising they could have a 30 goal game.
Well, Al's brother's at OCC right now too, and yeah, as far as they're very talented, very talented lacrosse family. That's for sure.
Yeah, very talented, very dedicated to the game of lacrosse. Al Snow driving all over the place, making sure he got on the Yetis. I mean, what a dedicated guy. I mean, he is
Love
all
them,
in.
love
Uh,
them. Great
and
stuff. Him and Pam.
yeah,
Hats off to them both.
yeah. And then when you look at Tonawanda, and they lost to Allegheny and Newtown, and then we're able to beat Onondaga. So, like I said, you try to figure out this league for who's going to be running the show. This is up for grabs. This is a super exciting. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping. Actually, we're not streaming anything this weekend, but we are going to try to hook up with a couple of the other Can-Am teams and try to fill some games. I got to get some of the other team schedules from the NABLL too. I think we're going to try to do a road trip, go down to Virginia, Westminster. I'd love to get down to New Orleans. I got to get a hold of that team, see if they want a
Oh,
game
that
stream, see if we could do a summer road trip and kind of, have fun with the family,
get a
check
couple
out some
games
stuff, and
one weekend. Get down there, and on the way back hit another. That would be cool, huh?
yeah, if the games are on the weekend, we can stay right in town. We went down there once with the kids, and I tell you, everybody thinks of New Orleans as a party city. Their aquarium was awesome. They had an insectarium that Bella loved. It was amazing. Yeah, huge fan of that. But
Uh huh.
Tuscarora is yet to play. I believe they play their first game on the 21st, so I can't wait to see what they have in store. But yeah, the
Who
Can-Am schedule is woo.
who was the second game that didn't play? Wasn't you weren't you supposed to do a double header this weekend? This
Yes,
past weekend?
and something's going on with Tuscarora where they haven't played a game yet. So they were supposed to
Oh, okay.
play, but they're going to have a makeup game, I believe, on June 5th, but nothing's 100% yet, so we're not really putting it up there, I guess, as far as making it
When it
official.
happens,
But these are
when it
the
happens, it happens.
yeah, these are the next streams for Can-Am. Thanks. A huge shout out to the Onondaga Nations Arena. I don't want to
Absolutely.
mispronounce the name of it, but hopefully I'm going to be doing some voiceovers with Kent Lyons here. We're going to get some little bit better promo for them. But May 21st, they are playing Tuscarora. The 27th, Newtown, and yeah, 28th Tonawanda, 25th Allegheny. Each one of these is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see how they do against Tonawanda again. We're going to try to get a few of the away games. I'd love to get out to Allegheny, get a couple of those games done. But we've got a ton of stuff in the NABLL we'll be covering as well. Hopefully hooking up with Collar City and getting that going. But a lot of box lacrosse
Woo!
action.
It's nonstop. It's nonstop. Getting guys at practice and getting uh, the offense put in, getting defenses put in. It's been pretty cool. And then you throw in the whole concept of the World Games are coming to Utica.
Yeah.
Team USA is coming to
Well, hang on,
the
because
Nexus Center.
we got to
Hold
talk
on.
about Team USA and everything, but let's take a
Oh
quick
yeah.
commercial break because we're already
Okay.
30 minutes into this. So, a quick chance to shout out the sponsors, and we'll be right back, everybody.
Well,
River Ale House. When in Rome, do what the Romans do. They stop into Black River Ale House and have themselves a nice cold brew. Fay Farms. You want the beef? Fay Farms, they got the beef. Contact Jimmy Fay. Fay Farms. Family Landscaping. Make your neighbors green with envy. Stop stressing about lawn maintenance. Contact Russ down at Family Landscaping, 315-768-7073. Avoid the hassle of doing it yourself. Contact Russ down at Family Landscaping. Get a hold of them. The line is forming. Nora's Candy Shop, Rome, New York, on Dockstetter Street, home of the world famous turkey joints. Stop into Nora's Candy, especially if you got a sweet tooth. They have chocolates, they have candies, they have turkey joints. Love them turkey joints, world famous turkey joints. Stop into Nora's, Rome, New York, or check them out online. Nora's Candy, Bag Square Brew Company, downtown Utica, Bag Square Commons. Your authentic German food for authentic German beer, for authentic German flavor of just about everything. Bag Square Brewery has a great Saturday evening marketplace. How about stop down Thursday? Do a little trivia. Better yet, stop down Wednesday. Have a little karaoke. Bag Square Brewery, downtown Utica. Tigre for all your construction needs in the plumbing works, the pumping works, the water works, HVAC. If you got to do some irrigation, some drainage, some pool and spa, Dura Plastic. Contact Jimmy Fay, your one stop shop for plastic pipe fittings in the U.S.
And we're back. Thank you very much. Please check out the sponsors, support the local sponsors, help support those who support us and make this all happen.
please do. As far as I can't say enough, we've had a couple more sponsors reach out and contact us, and very excited to get them on the stream and get everything going inside the yard. We got our locker room back. Very excited about having the Yeti Den is back, and we got the banners up in the hallway leading down into the Yeti Den, and very excited. A lot of good things happening. A lot of very good things happening in Utica. And once again, getting back to that, the biggest announcement, obviously, is the World Games, man. Wow. The World Games are coming to Utica, and the best part is being part of the inside. I guess inside the Nexus Center, the Utica Nexus Center, with Tony being part of the women's coaching staff. It's given us an opportunity to meet some of the coaches and players and be a part of the whole experience. So as far as Coach Cap is out there, they're recruiting hard. They're doing all the things that they're supposed to be doing, and Yeti will be there to help out in any way that we can.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, Coach Tony reached out to me. I really wish I could have went and helped him out with what he asked, but it's super exciting to hear. I mean, it's history in the making. It's really hard to miss any of that because of schedules and whatnot. It stinks because I already had prior commitments. Otherwise, I definitely, and even if I'm still trying to rack my brain for ways to reschedule it to make it, because as you know, it's history in the making out there. It's super
It
exciting.
is. First the first team ever. Everybody usually remembers the first team, unless you're in the 1980 Winter Olympics team, and everybody remembers that. But normally, the first team ever is pretty special.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The first team ever is pretty special, and I think if the men can win, it'd be very
What's that
19.
say? Oh, the inaugural. That's right. There's only one.
There's
There's
only
only
one.
there's only one first one. The first upstate NABL. Sorry about that. It just brought back memories. Great memories. Sorry.
Yes.
Go on.
Now, yes, but like I was saying, is for the men's world team, I think it would be kind of a 1980s upset if they were able to win in the pros. It's
Hey,
I don't know. We are starting to catch up though. I think more and more guys. I mean, we've got Schreiber. We've definitely got some. Yeah.
oh,
There's.
I know. I just heard through a rumor mill as far as Birdie's going to be trying out, so I'm excited about that. Hopefully, he heals up and he's ready to go by then. But yeah, that's and I hope some of the local guys that are in this area that have been playing give it a shot. Why not? I mean, if there's an opportunity to get into the ID camp, especially the women's, it's probably going to be a little bit easier, not to say easier, but I got to believe there's probably less women that are looking to get into the game than there are men at this juncture.
Well, it's just the inaugural. How many women have played with a men's stick before? That's the biggest thing, as you're finding is actually I tell you, so that Axe and Eagles team I volunteered with, huge shout out to those kids. They actually have three girls that are playing with the boys, and
Yep.
yeah, they're tearing it up. And right now they're at that age where the girls are way taller than the boys, so it's
Yes,
funny.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
they're monsters out there compared to the guys.
We have
They're
a young girl in our program that is out there. Same concept as far as just ripping it. Never even touched a lacrosse stick before. Hockey player, and wanted to get into it, and she's loving it now. She's saying she wants to try being the goalie. I want to be the goalie. Can I try being the goalie? It's like, you know what? You got to have a cup. That's all I got to say. And talk to your mom's got to say yes, first of all. And then the second thing is you got to have a cup.
you're
After that,
you're talking box goalie, right? Yeah,
yeah.
that's a whole nother. I mean, if you talk to Deej, Deej says it's no big deal, but I still think just to be able to stand in the way of the yeah, no, that's no, I can't. I can't just get in the
Yeah,
way. I naturally want to close my eyes when it happens. I'm not going to
it's not that bad. Honestly, I just wish I had a couple more years in the knees. And I definitely would love to be able to do even in a master's concept. Get
I
up
think I'm
there
gonna
and play.
flinch. I'm gonna close my
Yeah.
eyes when the ball comes
Oh,
at me.
listen to you. I watched you play hockey and lacrosse. Yeah, you flinched. Yeah, you flinch because. Oh, sorry about that. But anyhow, yeah. As far as Team USA, men's and women's inside the Nexus Center, the area is extremely excited. I know we're trying to grow the game at the youth level. We're trying to get something going with the Swigo and also with the Thousand Island Spirits with the youth program. We're also trying to get something rocking and rolling with the women, and with saying that with the women, and it would also be for Team USA as well. If there's anybody out there that's looking to is done playing and has some old, still usable quality stuff, and they want to donate it, we'll make sure that we get it to the proper channels, whether it's Team USA girls looking to try out, or or possibly some Tri City, or also some other team that's looking. We're here to spread the love.
Yeah, plus anything that's old, broken. Remember, Bob said they run that. What is it? I'm looking it up right
Revive
now.
or something, something. Yeah, I
Relax. It's Relax
relax.
Sports Co. Yeah. So
Yes,
Relax
that's
Sports
it.
Co. There's a link in the description. That's what I actually just did. Is I had to I pulled out the description of the video to find it. But yeah, Relax Co. And so yeah, even if you've got broken sticks and stuff, things that you think wouldn't be good, they destroy it all and recycle it all into new lacrosse equipment. So definitely get a hold of any one of us. We can get it out to Bob. Yeah, huge
Yeah,
shout out to Bob for doing the call. Yeah, that was amazing. What a guy. Call him. He drives out to Onondaga, does an amazing call. They were all super happy. I talked to a bunch of the guys out there today. They loved, they loved the knowledge, and that's the thing that's always fun when you listen to Bob, and that's why he's like a real gem. Is he knows like a lot of these guys and where they come
a
from,
lot
and
of them. A
yeah,
lot of them. It's
where they went to
you know,
college and
it's
where they're playing now. And well, actually, he's playing here. He played here. His brother played here. Yeah, I love it.
it's an experience, and the car rides are usually just as fun, because you get to bullshit while you're talking. But yeah, it's a I loved our and still love our car rides, and it's an enjoyable opportunity to talk to Bob and have some fun with Bob. I'm hoping I do have another for the Yeti games. Hutch is in rehab this year. Tyler Hutchinson, one of our players from last year, and he's not going to be able to participate. So he's done a little bit of camera play also down at RPI back in the day. So
I
he
think
said
yeah,
that
we
he would definitely love to get up in the booth with you and do some chatting.
yeah, we're definitely going to get Hutch up there. We're going to teach him how to run some of
Yeah,
this stuff. We yeah, it's exciting to have somebody because especially it's easier for me if I can run everything. I really do love calling the games and everything, but it is kind of easier to just run this part of it while somebody else is doing it. But I don't know. I'm always stuck on it because I really do love learning the guys' names and calling them as they score. I get so excited. And you
it's
like when you see it building up to it, you're just kind of letting it build, and yeah, and the hits and stuff, and being
oh,
able to stream all this now. Huge thanks to the Utica Yetis who made so many people's dreams come true this year. With yeah, I mean yeah, you guys done a lot of crazy stuff, but now streaming the Can-Am as well. I'm really hoping we get more of these guys seen, and I think box growing out there, we can anybody in the area. I mean, you know what it's like. The streaming is nice and it does its job, but it's not like being there. There's nothing like seeing one of these games, like a chance to watch Westminster. Some of the talent that these guys are bringing in the Yeti to watch Neil Powlis play, to watch like Spencer Love might do a backflip on the glass. Maybe we can get him to do another one of those like he
you
did
never know.
Nationals.
You
We've
never
got the
know.
upgraded gear out there. I think we need to make sure that Westminster knows if he's coming, he needs to do a backflip if he scores. We've got the upgrade replay system now, so it'll be perfect.
I will be getting a hold of all the. Well, I sent them all notifications today and gave them the updated schedule of when games are being played and everything, time frames, and we'll make sure that we get them with you so that we can get some of their promos and their sponsors for the game and everything. So we'll get
Absolutely.
them definitely get some love going to all the teams that travel down for it. Excited. I've talked to Ron Patterson. There's going to be some craft, Native American booths there that are selling handmade crafts and everything like it was at Onondaga for the
Like at the
stick
Stick
maker
Makers
tournament.
tournament, yeah,
Yep,
yeah, that
yep. So
stuff is
there's
amazingly beautiful. If yeah, it's impressive.
it's great stuff. We're working on getting a stick maker. I know Ron makes sticks, but he himself said that he might not be able to make it. So other than that, we may try and get some more stick makers. Whether traditional can come down and set up a booth for the day, or who knows? Who knows? As far as Murph, I tell you one thing: anybody wants a stick that's dyed up or done some custom stuff, get a hold of Mark Murphy. Him and his Melissa are doing stick dyeing, and
And so's Molly Leary.
Carrie,
Her and
Carrie
Charity were
Lear,
talking
they're having
about
a
it.
little stick dyeing competition, and it's pretty cool to see the amount of sticks that they're doing up and how they're doing them. And it's like maybe we'll get a little contest going here for top Yeti stick or something like that, and give a
I
little
like it.
giveaway.
I like it.
Yeah,
We
something. Who
yeah.
knows? I do know. The frisbees. We're going with that frisbee idea. That's a no brainer in my book as far as
Yeah, I love that when Onondaga does it. We actually I kept the camera on instead of having the music. I left it playing in the background, but we yeah, that was cool. I love that. They get out there, throw the frisbees. It's
it's a no brainer.
definitely
What's the winner win there? Is it a stick that they win?
no, it's just like any it's like a 50-50 raffle. So half of what goes in goes out to whoever the
Oh,
closest
so it's
frisbee
just a
is.
50-50, and then there's another 50-50 on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think
That's
they go to
awesome
I think
stuff.
they go to different things.
Okay.
I'll have
I
to make
got
sure I
you.
pay more attention. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, no. I
yeah,
like
they've
that
got a
idea as
bunch of
well.
separate booths. That's the one problem with being out there streaming all the time is we don't get to check it out. If anybody is within driving distance and has never seen a game in that arena, it's a
I
historic
like,
arena. It's well worth driving out there.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
you guys will be playing
Location,
out
I
there.
like the camera location's good now. I like that new camera location.
Yeah, they are awesome. They built us a sweet platform, ran us power. We're talking right now. They might be running some cables, so we might be able to run some, uh, what like on ice, but it's not on ice. You'll have somebody down there doing like on the floor talking to the coach in
Right,
between periods.
right. Well, let me know. I might know a company that might be able to give us a good deal on some cables. Let me
Yes.
know the link. Is that one of them that you've already told me, and I'm probably late to the party?
No, these are actually Ethernet cables that they'll have to run. That's one thing CBI doesn't
Okay.
doesn't do. They don't make Ethernet cables, but you also just bought an iPad, which means that we will have some of those play-by-play interviews. Hopefully, if the Wi-Fi is strong enough in the Nexus Center, we haven't checked it out yet. If not, we'll just run down, get them, run them back up the stairs. We'll be good to go.
Oh, that I get what you're talking about. Now we can do it live. Nice interplay from
Yeah.
one to
So
the other.
like
Nice.
after each quarter, after the half, probably after the half, in between the quarters isn't too much time. And I tell you, I do like the three periods that they run in the Can-Am circuit. That's a different. It's more what I'm used to. It's closer to a hockey style, really,
It's
the way
more of a
they.
hockey game style. Yeah, yeah. Instead of the 2 minute in between the first and second, and then the 10 minute for halftime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's it's
it's
definitely so the NABLL is definitely not as violent as Can-Am is either. Those wooden sticks that adds a whole nother level to like when you're driving with the ball, you just see everybody because those sticks, like when they hit the bottom hand, it's just like going and there's so much more control. I love it. I think it's a great part of the game. Also, I'm not taking wax by them, so I'm not, I
they're
obviously
solid.
it's a lot easier for me to say that, yeah, those wooden
They're
sticks are amazing out there, and I think they are, but it's to watch it and to watch. There's a couple guys that play on Onondaga, and I love watching them when they come up the floor with it because, yeah, it's like, oh man, to watch them score with that. But you really, with that stick check on the bottom, it makes such a big difference when they hit the bottom hand.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's jarring. That thing is, especially if they find a little skin on there, and you really feel that's a solid piece of wood coming through, and it stings like a son of a gun.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive to like I said, no thank you. I'm not playing against a wooden stick. That I always had a wooden shaft when I started playing short stick there when you moved me up to midi in college. I that was what I switched to was a wooden short stick cuz
Well, even the woodies, the
love it.
goalies using those woodies, they're coming out throwing darts. Darts, the long drop in. It was very impressive. Very good lacrosse. I was happy to watch.
Yeah.
It was good to watch. It was
Yeah.
really good to watch.
Next week for Yeti Talks, we'll make sure we have highlights from the other games. I did not get a chance to put our highlight clips together today before it, but we learned a lot of other stuff, so that's good.
We're
Ordered
learning a lot of stuff as we go here, Beecher. That's what it's all about. I
absolutely.
know the, uh, the 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 sponsors are elated at what you're doing. I'm elated at what you're doing. I can't wait to watch the streaming concept when the cameras are hooked up and the production is rolling. It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into the Nexus Center. I want to see. I'm really interested to see if they're going to let me play with all that expensive equipment, or if they're going to be like, you can use the camera, bud. Plug it into your
Well,
computer. See ya.
we'll see. We'll see what they say. As far as I know,
I think I think I'm learning though how to do it. So when we get there, I can just do the old. I'm just going to plug in everything to my computer. Oh wow, how did that happen? And
yeah. Well,
I'm thinking it uses like I checked it out the switches. I think it uses NDI, so we should be able to. I think you'll have multi-view. It'll be very very impressive. We're upgrading every day. So
well,
what other news do we have coming up for the Yeti?
well, I got Crazy Cujo is trying to get out of the house right now and going after my daughter to say hi, Hannah. See you later, Hannah. Have a good night, Hannah.
Okay, bye.
Anyhow, sorry about that.
All
As
good.
far as would you ask me? You said what other things we got going on, right?
What do we got for news coming up? We got the
News
battle
coming
on the
up.
barge coming. Uh,
Battle on the Barge.
Yeti are
We
practicing every week.
Yeti are practicing. We got practice this Saturday night from 7 to 9 at the Nexus Center. It's Mother's Day weekend, so we made sure we were going to try and do a Sunday slate again this year, like we did the first year. But with Team USA coming in and everything, we had to do multiple Saturday, Sunday type of things. But we will be getting practicing on Wednesday nights as well. Uh, Pretty excited to get back in and the local guys, they're there. The bingo guys, they travel. Sakosi, Albany travels.
So the
It's a
Binghamton
great
guys are
thing.
supposed to be coming on next week, and then we're gonna start trying to get. We're gonna basically do an introduction to all the players throughout this as we go. We'll probably 10, 15 minutes of talking to some of these guys. So your players come from all walks of life and all over the place. Like Fay Farms owns the farm and does that, but so many guys do so many different things. It's gonna
We
be
got
great.
plumbers, we got doctors, we got as far as
You got B Dry.
high school, we got B Dry. B Dry is huge. What the Davis family does is incredible. Uh, sponsors. B Dry. There's so much going on right now. To say behind the eight ball, not behind the eight ball. We're lining up the shots. Everything is starting to fall in place. I know the other GMs are probably in the same boat I am. Got to have your jerseys already ordered. Now it's fingers crossed. Did I get them ordered in time early enough so that they get here? That's the part that
Yeah, you're less than a month away. You're less than 4 weeks away.
less than a month away.
You can't get an order of screwed
That's
up jerseys and then send them back and get another set.
it's a it's well, who made the mistake? Was it me? Well, guess what? Then it cost you. What do you
Yeah.
mean there's an E and not an I? I thought it was an I. Oh, it's an E? My bad.
Or
Sorry, Blaine. Blaine was a Statler. What was Blaine's
it was an E. It was supposed to be an A.
yeah, that's what it
Because
was.
that's why
He
I've
was a
got
third.
I. That's the only reason I've got a Yeti jersey is because I've got the Airblane.
Oh, you got it. You got
Yeah,
the
I've
Blaine
got
jersey.
the Airblane typo, which I didn't know about until he said something to me the one day. He's like, why you have that
You
jersey?
were
And I was like, what?
16 back in college, weren't you? Or 18?
20.
20. You was 20. That's right. Who the hell was 16 and 18?
I barely. Yeah.
Blaine, no, it was that Patrick now was 16. You
Yes.
remember Patrick?
Yeah, that guy was. Yeah, he long pole who played. Yeah, wicked hands for a long pole though. He could
Yeah,
fly up the.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he taught me a lot. He was one of those guys when I got out there was like, you really don't know much about lacrosse, do you? I was like, not a fucking thing. And
Not a fucking thing.
he helped me a lot.
Then you
Yeah.
got Beyond Borg. Remember Beyond Borg and what was the other kid's name? Mathis. The other
Yeah, the kid you called
European
Burger.
kid,
Oh, Mateus. Yeah,
Mateus.
Mateus and Bjorn. Yeah, for the hockey
Yeah,
team. Yeah.
Mateus. I watched against Turcomer. I'm sitting there, me and Coach Wareham at the time were sitting there, talking, in a joking manner, whatever the score was. And all of a sudden, I seen Mateus do a bulldog. And one of the guys was running, and he was coming around the top. offensive guy, Herkimer kid, put the brakes on. Mateus didn't even hesitate, just dropped his stick and slid like he was riding a cow down to the ground. I'm like, oh, yeah. Sorry about that,
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah, we
Didn't see that.
no,
Yeah,
we didn't really know how to it was a very interesting first year for me. Second year
it
was a
was.
lot more understood about lacrosse, but yeah, that first year was a very eye-opening experience for
Yeah,
me when it
it
comes
was
to
something.
lacrosse.
Yeah, it was something. As far as geez, that's 20 years ago. I think this year, isn't it? 2003 and
Yeah.
four.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 2003 was we got our first win against not North Country, Jefferson. That was the first that started the run. It might even still be a record to this day of 3 wins in a row for MVCC. How about
Unfortunately,
that?
that's probably it's probably accurate.
You want to know what? It was a good year.
It was. It was a fun year. Like I
It
said, I
was a
learned a
great
lot
year.
about lacrosse, and now look at what we're doing because of it all. And we're getting Can-Am going now. We are definitely growing the game. We should do a watch party one of these nights. Maybe tomorrow night. Calgary plays tomorrow, 7:30.
7:30. Well, I got
Or
the
no, it's
youth
got to be. It's
program
later than that.
tomorrow. Yeah, I got a youth program. Well, it's 7:30 their time, isn't it?
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, wait, it's their West Coast, so it's
Yeah,
usually
that's a
way
10:30.
later.
That's a 10:30 start time for us.
9:30 Eastern. So yeah, it's 9:30. Oh, it's kind of late. Maybe it'll be a Friday, 7:30 Buffalo Toronto one. Sounds a lot better.
Ooh, that sounds much. What do I got Friday? I got so much stuff going on. It's been crazy with getting everything going.
Yeah, we'll figure
Sponsors,
it out. We'll
great.
talk about that after though. But
Yeah.
yes, lots of box lacrosse action coming up. We've got Can-Am action coming up. We'll keep everybody posted on. But most importantly, we're getting ready for the NABLL.
NABLL. It's a great league.
Golden
Fighting for
Bears.
a national championship. The Bears on your head. I had it on earlier at work. Actually, it's hanging on the rack now. Can't have a Bears hat on when I'm
But
shooting the Yeti. Although I got a little Cleveland action going on. Shout out to
yes,
the Cleveland community. As far as Matty Burke, he came up and seen us at the national championships last year. Big guy, local kid from Utica, out in the Cleveland area, spreading the love of the game. And as far as I bought one of his T-shirts on one of their fundraisers there, but good stuff. Good stuff coming up. Westminster, Collar Kings, and the River Rats or River Hawks, River Rats. There's so many different names. I'm sorry about that, River Hawks.
oh
But
my
as
goodness.
far as there's so many,
We'll get him up there for a little while. I was trying to slide behind it so you could see the Riverhawks better because just the way I had it going, but we couldn't hide the Yeti, so sorry
you
guys.
know, it happens. It
But huge
happens.
shout out to them. Jason Webb has offered to help with this, and I every time I have to get ready to call him, I usually end up kind of figuring it out on my own. I don't really want to bother him because yeah, it's what he does.
Shout
All
out to Webby.
yeah,
Shout out to Webby, one of the new general managers up at the River Hawks.
yes,
Him and Doc Nelson are taking over for Dan. Dan's yeah, able to with coaching at the college level, got to step aside so that the college players can play, and he's able to get down and help out the high school kids. So kind of a little bit of a role reversal for him and Doc. Doc is the high school kid, and Dan's the college guy, and now it's vice versa. So it's pretty cool there. And Webby's taking that over, and Doc, and shout out to Nate Jobson up in the Spirits Land up in Thousand Islands. I'm excited when we go up there, when they come down here. There'll be a lot of instant rivalry, I think, there as well.
that whole division just got so much more exciting. So I mean, it was exciting
Yeah,
before when you had you guys in the Riverhawks, and especially I was super excited because the way they changed the playoffs now. So the Riverhawks, should in theory they'd be able to make it, so they'll actually be in the playoffs. And then you've added two teams, so yeah, I can't wait. Playoffs are going to be super exciting.
excited to see what the Eels bring to the table. I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of OCC flavor there. I'm not too
I got to
sure.
talk
I'm
to
not sure.
Dempsey. I'm going to have to get a hold of him and see when he's. I was kind of letting him wrap up his season in Onondaga before I started bothering him, but he's.
Shout out to OCC and Onondaga. Best
You
of
know what?
success in 2021.
we're gonna have to see if we can get Will up here on one of the Yeti Talks to catch us up on the OCC season, and then we'll get
When we
ready
get
for.
closer to lax name or something like that. I'm sure he's got. I'm not sure. Is he coming back to play? I've heard rumors. Yay! I've heard rumors. Nay. Who knows?
That's why I'm saying I got to talk to him. We got to catch up with him. He's a great goalie. I don't know because he might be playing in a different league altogether. You never know with that kid. He's, Team USA under 21 goalie. His main concern is finding the best competition and getting the most games in that he possibly can. So I'm sure he's going to wherever he can play the most box lacrosse possible.
I gotta believe so.
Yeah.
And quality. And you wanna know what? He'd be crazy to leave the NABLL right here. I mean, there's quality up and down the river now, up and down the canal.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. I mean, also
Well, and
something
plus,
like
so I was just gonna say, so even the Metro League, which is technically a different division, but I mean, let's be realistic, it's only an hour away. You're actually closer to some of the Metro League teams than you are to the Thousand Island teams
yeah,
or the Oswego
Albany's
team.
Albany's closer than the Thousand Islands, but
But you've also,
as
yeah,
far as
you picked up
it's
Smoke.
a nice, it's got good parity. As far as those guys, they want to work on the you know uh, the jamboree style to get their games in, and the upstate guys, we want to work on our home and homes. There's a lot of you know there's a lot of to say fan support all the way around, and that's what the cool thing is building that fan support to you know uh, I'm elated because I know when we go to games we got fans there. Usually we have more fans at away games than the other teams have for home game fans, so that's pretty awesome in regards to being part of the Yeti family.
That is definitely something that has I have seen happen again. But yeah, so the NABLL, I just pulled up their website real quick. So there's the Wild. They were the national champs 2022. Obviously hoping for a repeat. They have announced partnerships with all kinds of people. They have partnerships with the PLL. That is the only thing I did notice is that the PLL is the same weekend as Battle on the Barge. They're in Albany.
Yeah, it is down in Albany. That's the only bad thing. Well, it sucks to be them. They're not going
Sucks.
to have us.
That's right. But
That's how I see it. But
they've been
again, two
running
different
team.
flavors.
Yeah,
Two
they've been
different
running.
flavors of
Oh,
lacrosse.
definitely. They've been running the team connections, and they're getting ready to go. We should be running on their show firing up here pretty soon. Hopefully, I'll hear from them as soon as we're
Oh,
ready. But
yep. Something we can do down at over at the Bag Square Brewing Company afterwards is tell them to throw the PLL games on, and hopefully they're still streaming them, and we can watch some PLL games after the NABLL games.
yeah,
See, there we go. We worked it right into it.
I honestly I say it all the time, and I would rather go watch it in person. I You pick your NABLL team. I would go watch it in person before I'm gonna put on a field game on TV, hands down.
Yeah.
Especially like
What's
there's
the,
not a you're looking through this. Ooh, Tri-State Lacrosse. Who are they?
they're the new ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
they got
but you've
what
also got on the
five in
SWA.
that division now.
Yeah, good
Five in that division.
good
You
luck,
got
West Rock.
I believe there's a new one in that division as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I
No?
believe the Charm City Cannons are the new one. I might be wrong.
Is
It
that
might be the Arrows, but I believe I remember seeing the Arrows.
there's aliens now? I just read who's the aliens? The Dallas aliens? Is that what it is? Um Paper City's new. The
They've got
Yetis.
the Yetis, Slaughter County
Yetis is cool.
Yetis. What a county! Do you see that Slaughter County Yetis? That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Uh,
Yetis.
yeah. Oh, Predators, the
The
Charlotte
Predators.
Reapers, Oak City
Yeah.
Owls. Yeah, the Nashville Ignite. Oh, there they are. Oh, the Atlanteans,
Atlanta
the
aliens.
Georgia
Not Dallas.
Aliens, or
Atlanta.
it's Antlians. Eight,
Aliens.
yeah, it's AT Lians. Huh.
Yeah,
Atlians.
aliens. Yeah, we'll
Very
go with it.
interesting. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
And then we obviously know this group here.
this group here. How about the smoke? Any word on the smoke out there?
I got to get a hold of him, but right now he coaches kids lacrosse. So for this is a very busy time because he also coaches at St. Rose. So he
Yep.
is, yeah, spring season is a tough season to get a hold of him. I think we're basically on hold until it starts, spring's officially over and summer ball starts, which will be right around the time Battle of the Barge happens, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. It's flying by. Exciting, good stuff.
Yeah, Dallas Defenders.
Dallas
That's my
Defenders.
road
That's what
trip
it is.
right now. I can tell you, I will hit Dallas, we'll hit New Orleans. No, more than likely New Orleans will be as far west as we go, but yeah, I'm excited.
Follow the Mississippi down. MISSISSIPPI.
Well, that we did that before, but after they blew up the rail car there, I don't think I want to do it again. I think I'm
No,
good.
there's no sense to go through Ohio like that, huh?
No, it's all yeah, I'm good. I'm not a real smart man, but I know I don't need to be there right now.
God bless those people in regards to that. And no
That's
joking.
really no, that sucks.
You know,
It's a terrible thing, and unfortunately, but what
yeah.
I was thinking is I would rather do the East Coast because I would love to get down and do a Golden Bears game. Hopefully, I can hook it up with Rich and those guys. I got to reach out to them. We'll see if we can get down there on maybe a weekend that these guys are going, and then a weekend after that, I can hook up with the other New Orleans team and see if we can set something up. But we are over an hour. We're an hour and 10 minutes now, so it's definitely time to say goodnight.
It's been a long day, my man. The news keeps pouring in. I'm excited. I want to say thank you to all our sponsors and sponsors to be. There's a lot of good things coming. One thing that I haven't said is definitely a thank you to Crafty Beach. We got these. There we go. These coasters. Seriously, people, if you're interested, hold on one second. I'll throw it back up there. If you're interested in little handmade Crafty Beach items, contact them. Contact Mrs. Beach. It's an awesome coaster. That's an awesome coaster.
We
And
we will have shirts and keychains at the Battle on the Barge.
Battle on the Barge, we're gonna have a whole
They
bunch of
do
stuff.
exist.
We do exist. There's a lot of great things happening, Beecher. Let's sign off before I
We start
continue
yawning
to
and fall asleep.
peace, people. We'll see you next week. Lots of big things. Bingo's coming. Bingo will be in the house.
Bingo.